I loved Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I was scared to meet him. Great guy in real life. Sweetheart. Gave me the time of day, had a nice conversation. It was awesome. Made like 3 or 4 videos on separate occasions that all went like crazy viral. I would consider him like, definitely like an acquaintance, like very friendly with each other. Like me and Dwayne, what's up? After Japan happened, found myself in a hole, rightfully so, extremely low mentally. And I got a call from my publicist. She's like, hey, Dwayne has asked that you remove every picture and video that you've done with him. He basically wants nothing to do with you. You know, I made a grotesque error, but I just wish I would have gotten like a call or a text or something. I thought we had a healthy relationship, an open line of communication, and I was so sad. My hero wanted nothing to do with me. I vowed to get better. I vowed to change. Whatever. Time passed. I start doing well.
Did you reach out again?
I did not reach out. He did 3 months ago. Like nothing ever happened.
And he didn't acknowledge that there was ever any. And what did you do? Did you reply? You're basically saying, if I wasn't good enough in my dark times, am I good enough now for you? Okay, well, no thank you then.
Yep.
Because everyone wants you on the come up.
It's interesting how that works.
It is interesting how that works. I noticed it today myself as a YouTuber. Joe Cronin Show hit that like button. Jake Paul, Logan Paul, expose The Rock.
You're listening to The Joe Cronin Show.
The Joe Cronin Show.
The Joe Cronin Show.
I hope you hang your mother. This country sucks! This place sucks! CNN masturbated all fucking day. Dude, I will eat your fucking asshole out and then spit it into your mouth, baby bird style. Who wants to go? Call the show. I'll fuck your ass!
You're listening to The Joe Cronin Show, a wrestling podcast with attitude. The Joe Cronin Show is brought to you by WrestleCrate.
But not anymore because they're gone. WrestleCrate is gone. I'm sorry. You're listening to Dog Piss Radio. I don't even know, man. What's going on, everybody? It's Sunday night. A little
over 50 million views.
Whoa! Now we're hitting the wrong buttons. Give me that Logan Paul clip one more time. Give me that Logan Paul clip. And then there's me and my wife on Monetize This 100 and I don't know what episode of Monetize This, 97, 110, I'm not sure, 110 maybe? I don't know what we were doing here. Like she's like, is she trying to tell me a secret or kiss me or what's happening here? Like, here, let me kiss you, let me tell you something. Okay, now wait, let me tell you something. No, I'm kissing you. Wait, what? Okay, what's happening? Oh, I'm kissing you. Wait, I want to kiss you. Wait, I'll kiss you, but no, I want to tell you something. Wait, what? What do you want to tell me? What? Huh? What? What are we doing right there? I have no idea. And then I gave a thumbs up in the middle of it, too, at one point. Like, what was that? What was the thumbs up for? I have no idea what's going on in this, but I found this earlier today, and I was laughing at it, so I was like, wow. Well, kiss, oh, what? Honey, what? Thumbs up. What? Now tell me the thing you're going to tell me. What? Wait, what? Say, what? Huh? Like, what is going on? I don't even know. It's actually, like, making me curious as to what we were talking about. I mean, this is 6 years ago, so I don't really remember what we were doing. Maybe I should watch the whole episode. Again, go find that episode and watch and be like, what are we doing? But one more time, let's hit it with that Logan Paul diss on The Rock. Tonight, NXT Vengeance. Pretty good show tonight, you know, if you watch the whole thing. I was off and on with it, but, you know, if you're an NXT fan, you probably thought it was all right, I would think. But let me know in the chat if you watch NXT Vengeance tonight. Give me your score in the chat right now in the chat. And now let's hear what Logan Paul has to say about The Rock. Man, this is... No wonder the Logan Paul is tweeting out support for Cody Rhodes instantly.
I loved Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I was scared to meet him. Great guy in real life. Sweetheart. Gave me the time of day, had a nice conversation. It was awesome. Made like 3 or 4 videos on separate occasions that all went like crazy viral.
It's almost like he was only friends with you for your views, and the minute that you were a detriment, you were dropped because you make somebody can't be associated with you. And it just shows you how much like somebody like The Rock, all that status and stuff is like super important, and that's all anything is about is the business. You don't really matter as a real person to him. Like, it's just business.
I would consider him like definitely like an acquaintance, like very friendly with each other. Like me and Dwayne, what's up? After Japan happened, found myself in a hole, rightfully so.
I like how he says Japan happened. Like, that's like it's the thing.
So extremely low mentally, and I got a call from.
That'd be like after 9/11 that one of the terrorists was like, well, after the New York thing happened.
My publicist, she's like, hey, Dwayne has asked that you remove every picture and video that you've done with him. He basically wants nothing to do with you. I made a grotesque error, but I just wish I would have gotten like a call or a text or something. I thought we had a healthy relationship, an open line of communication, and I was so sad. My hero wanted nothing to do with me. I vowed to.
Now, this is the WrestleMania match I want to see now. I mean, don't you want to see this?
Get better. I vowed to change whatever time passed. I start doing well.
Did you reach out again?
I did not reach out. He did 3 months ago. Like nothing ever happened.
3 months ago, The Rock comes back into your life after what, 6 years? Wow. Wants nothing to do with you. 6 years, you're stewing on that. Man, remember when The Rock was my friend? Now I'm in the WWE, and now The Rock is coming back to own the WWE, and now he wants to be my friend again, so I ignored him. But little do you know, Logan Paul, that this guy is going to own the company and run the entire company soon. And, man, I don't know, man. You might want to be friends with him now. You might want to refake it. Fake it till you make it. You might want to refake it again because you're going to need The Rock if you want to be in the WWE coming up. Might want to rethink that.
Happened.
And he didn't acknowledge that there was ever any.
Mm-mm.
And what did you do? Did you reply?
Mm-mm.
You're basically saying, if I wasn't good enough in my dark times, am I good enough now for you? Okay, well, no thank you then.
Yep.
Wow. So The Rock is a fake person, is what Logan Paul is saying there. So Logan Paul is saying that The Rock is a fake person. I mean, that's what it is. There's no other way, because if you were like, hey, he forgave me, I'm going to talk to him now. No, this is like you believe the guy is a fake person. You now don't want to talk to him. And I honestly probably, The Rock should have led with, hey, man, or maybe probably The Rock doesn't even remember it maybe, or he doesn't know. I don't know. But you would think that The Rock would reach out and be like, yo, dude, remember back then, I'm sorry that we lost touch. I never meant for it to last that long. I never thought I would be that, we would never speak for all this time. Obviously at the time you did something that was kind of crazy, and I had to distance myself, obviously. And I'm sorry for that. And, but obviously a lot of time has passed, and I should have reached out to you years ago, but, it never happened. And here we are now, and I want to be cool. Can we be cool now? And even that would be hard, right? Even that you'd be like, why didn't you reach out to me years ago? Still. But at least, if you reached out with acknowledging, hey, I kind of blocked you off, and I got really busy, forgot all about it. I've blocked off a lot of people whenever there's bad news around certain people and things. I got to bail on that, obviously, and I didn't agree with what you did, but, I'm over it now, and I just wanted to reach out and, whatever. But he didn't do that. He just said, hey, man, what's up? It's me. Remember The Rock? Hey, what's up? And this guy, Logan Paul is like, nah, man, screw you. You can't just come on back like nothing happened. Get the hell out of here. So I get it from Logan Paul's perspective, bro. But now this guy is a major owner of this company, kind of. He's our major player. I wouldn't say major owner, but a major player in the WWE.
New subscriber.
You fighting Mark!
Oh, we got a new sub. What up? Who just subbed? King Tone, what's up? King Tone, welcome to the show. Welcome, and thank you for subbing. It's a Sunday night. Don't stream a lot on Sunday nights, but I'm here for a little bit. So I wanted to do this and hang out with you guys for a little bit. And
Hey, Bullfrog is
oh
a
shit,
moron.
Seabass is here again.
Scissor me, Joe!
Oh my god, he's already here.
Joe man, thanks for having me on the show last. It was fucking wild with all of the donations. Star Sale and Allison have nothing on me. Rock is a fake cunt. I've been saying it for years.
Oof. Yeah, I mean, The Rock is just so likable, that even though he seems like a bit of a politician or whatever, I always thought maybe it was, I always thought Cena was the worst one, because Cena be like, oh man, what's up China? And then speak Chinese, and then he's like, oh, yeah, we don't like putting black people on the cover of movies in China, but in America we virtue signal about being all racist and stuff. But then when we make a Chinese, when we make the movie for China, we hide the black people. And I find that disgusting. But I understand, but I just find the fakery and the business fakery disgusting. I can't stand that. I could never be in those roles. I don't think I could ever be in those roles, because I don't think I could do that thing where I'm faking being friends with everybody because we both have to sell an alcohol together or something. And then at the same time, somebody who I actually might really like and be getting along with, I could dump them tomorrow because they did something that a brand somewhere didn't like or something. That's, ugh, bro, it makes me want to throw up. Now, it's different a little bit. I mean, Logan Paul did do something that was messed up. We all know that, and it was weird, and I definitely was even I crapped on him at the time, but it's if he really was cool with this guy, you would think the guy would reach out and be like, yo, what you did was messed up and wrong, and I got to distance myself for a little bit, and you know what I mean? You need to think about what you did. As as somebody who hangs out with you, and you're a big star, and I'm The Rock, man, I gotta keep it cool for a little bit. We'll see how it goes going forward, man. But just keep it. You need to do better, man. And why not try to help the guy? You're The Rock. You're an older guy. This guy's young. He's a fan of yours or whatever. Why not reach out to him and be like, dude, what were you thinking doing this? You know what I mean? People are going to break up with you. You're going to lose sponsors. People aren't going to talk to you. You could get, all kind. Why didn't he try to influence the guy and be like, do better, bro? What are you doing? Anyway, I got to distance myself for a little while, man. I got all these deals coming up and stuff, and people are asking me about you, and I can't be associated with this stuff. If you could take down all that stuff with me, everywhere that you can, that'd be cool. And then someday, maybe we'll get back together and put it up and whatever. But for now, I got to distance myself. But instead, he just kind of called, the publicist or something and said, take it all down and leave me out of it. I don't know. It's hard to say, man. I understand it, but I just, and maybe they weren't even that I mean, maybe The Rock saw him a couple times and The Rock didn't think it was that big a deal. Rock was like, whatever, we did a couple of things together. I told the guy to take the stuff down. I don't know. But it just feels like it's a bit of a threat would have been coming next, And this guy could turn on you at any point. I don't know. It just feels slimy to me in some way. I'm somebody this is part of my personality too, man. I can't help it. I'm somebody that a lot of times I stick with people even if they have flaws. I'll stick with them and I'll be like, no, what he did was messed up. That is fucking crazy. And I don't like that. And I told him that, and I'm his friend, so I'm going to try to help him do better by telling him exactly what I think about it. But I don't know, man, unless somebody does something if somebody were to do something malicious and hurt somebody's, something really horrible, I mean, obviously I'm going to back away from that. But when someone just says something offensive or does something really offensive, and things like that, those are the type of things where it's well, I'm going to yell at them behind the scenes probably, or talk to them behind the scenes and be like, what are you doing? This ain't the type of person I usually hang out with, so what's going on, bro? What are you doing? And there's all kinds of other things I could say, but the fact of the matter is I like to stick with people, or I'll even defend people if it's the right thing to do. It's look at Dickhead over, Midget Man, who, sent me a cease and desist, sent lawyers after me essentially when there was no basis to do that, but sending lawyers after me and things like that and threatening me. And then, threatening me wrong, threatening me with other people's websites that don't have to do with me. I don't understand. But even with that terrible thing, and then laughing at the fact that maybe I lose my Twitter account and I get canceled and stuff like that, But even through all that, I supported him when he was attacked by the WWE stars, by the WWE women's locker room, by the WWE themselves, all those people. When they attacked him, and I saw why they were attacking him, and I looked at it, I said, well, that's not right, and I stand by him on that. Even though at the time he didn't like me and he was bashing me and he was hoping that I lost everything on YouTube and that all kinds of stuff. But I still stood by him because it's the right thing to do. And I'm not going to just hope somebody gets destroyed because I don't, whatever. So even somebody I don't like anymore who came after me, I still was willing to say the right thing about them if I think it's true or not. So, but when you're so big and you've got these brands, I understand the pressure's immense and it's different than anything I've probably ever really experienced, maybe ever for the most part. But, Logan Paul here is really going after The Rock in this interview, and Logan Paul tweeted out that he supports Cody Rhodes, and apparently Logan Paul still hasn't talked to The Rock, as of from this interview. And that's pretty interesting because Logan Paul, The Rock is now making decisions on whether Logan Paul could work or not, essentially. So that is fairly interesting, and I did not know about this.
I was scared to meet him. Great guy in real life. Sweetheart. Gave me the time of day. Had a nice
Apparently not, though, behind closed doors. You smile to your face and stab you in the back when you're not looking.
conversation. It was awesome. Made like 3 or 4 videos on separate occasions that all went like crazy viral. I would consider him definitely like an acquaintance, very friendly with each other. Like me and Dwayne. What's up? After Japan happened, found myself in a
because he's a salesman, dude. If a salesman sits down with another salesman or a politician salesman, right? That's the craziest kind of person, right? A salesman and politician, right? Which is like the same thing, but you combine the two of them. And when a businessman, a salesman, and a politician, basically all in one. When you sit down with another powerful person who's got influence and you got some kind of agenda, man, you got this big smile on your face, man. Man, what's up, man? Yeah, of course, man. I'm The Rock here. You're Logan Paul. What's going on, everybody? Here's the thing, man. I got The Rock, man. I got The Rock Ice Cube trays coming out next month. You got the Logan Paul merch. We should put them together, man. Let's make a video. It's so fun and so great. The other day, I did a stunt where I rode a bicycle and I ran into somebody by accident and they got a broken leg and their kid was crying and they made a Twitter video about how I was a terrible person and I'm scared of you. Oh, The Rock is like, yeah, don't take all those videos of me down and get out of here, It's just like, oh, none of this is about me at all. It's all about the money and the business and the politicking and all that crap. Which most of us are thinking, yeah, no shit, that's what it's about, of course. But Logan Paul, a bit naive right at the game at that time, didn't understand. He thought The Rock thought he was cool and you're an influencer and I'm The Rock. Man, it's great to meet you and you're a fan. That's cool. Oh, wow, The Rock kind of likes me and this is kind of cool. No, man, The Rock don't give a shit. You're a brand and he's a brand and they want to make some money and that's what brands do is they make money. See ya, brother.
What's up? After Japan happened, found myself in a hole, rightfully so. Extremely low mentally, and I got a call from my publicist. She's like, hey, Dwayne has asked that you remove every picture and video that you've done with him. He basically wants nothing to do with you. I made a grotesque error, but I just wish I would have gotten a call or a text or something. I thought we had a healthy relationship, an open line.
The sad music that they're playing.
I was so sad. My hero wanted nothing to do with me. I vowed to get better. I vowed to change whatever time.
I love the music. It's just so sad. What sad music being played. Let me read some of the chat. Let's see what's going on. Let me get through some of the chat. Vengeance. A lot of people tonight on NXT Vengeance are giving they're giving Vengeance a 7 out of 10. I've seen a lot of people give Vengeance a 7 out of 10. This gif of me and my wife is too funny. I don't know what we're doing in this video. It's just too funny. DJ gives a 7. Don Jackson, 7.5. Dembala. The Rock would beat Logan's ass. You're probably right about that. Probably snap his arms. Hacksaw, how you doing in the chat? You're a member, Hacksaw. How you doing? Billy Kidman's in the house. Logan Paul and Ricochet supporting Cody. 2 guys hired by Triple H. Yeah, they're going to be gone soon with the way The Rock is running things, potentially. They're burying Cody for sure. Have him fighting Shinsuke now. Yeah, now Cody's fighting Shinsuke Nakamura. Monday night. So Cody was attacked behind the scenes after the house show by Shinsuke, and so now they're going to wrestle on Monday. Shinsuke Nakamura. Man, it is so sad and so pathetic watching Cody Rhodes hug The Rock. It's like disgusting to watch it now. I don't know why, but the longer it's gone on, the more disgusted I've become. It's become, and the more disgusted I became about it. Like, oh my God, bro. That handshake and hug, and like he's like, oh. And by the way, NXT Vengeance, bro, they had the pre-show this earlier today, and I was watching it on YouTube, the free one, and it was just flooded with, everyone was just typing Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes. That's all people were typing was Cody Rhodes. So it was just sad. And somebody was like, well, that's, why would you hijack their show or whatever? How ridiculous is that? And I'm like, because people are so mad they're out of their minds. They're not thinking right about anything. They're just pissed. People are pissed, and that's it. But yeah, Cody cucked. And again, there's nothing you can do really to make Cody Rhodes not look terrible. I think that I almost think that's why the Shinsuke Nakamura match is happening. I think they're trying to get Cody Rhodes right into a match where he's going to be in a physical altercation with Shinsuke Nakamura Monday night on Monday Night Raw, because they need to make him somehow look manly again, because he looks like a cuck bitch, like hugging The Rock and stepping out of the ring. Like it looks fucking stupid. The Ghost from the Coast in the chat says The Rock has always been a fake F. Jesus. WWE made Cody look like an idiot, says King Elvis. Yeah, it can't be said enough, man. I mean, we've always known these things, but this is bad. When the more stories we hear, the more things we hear. Bro, The Rock, it's all starting to unravel, kind of, I feel like, for The Rock. I really like, I want to love The Rock. We all love The Rock. We like The Rock a lot. But, man, his perception is starting to unravel a lot. It's so many different people it's starting to unravel. It started with the rap that didn't go well, then some of the movies that didn't go well, then the demands, rumors about WB and him wanting to be the star of the whole DC, whatever it was. And then it was the thing with him and Oprah with the donations on the island was weird as hell. And it's like, and now he comes here and does this, and people are mad. And then Logan Paul, releases this.
I loved Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I was scared to meet him. Great guy in real life. Sweetheart. Gave me the time of day, had a nice conversation. It was awesome. Made like 3 or 4 videos on separate occasions that all went like crazy viral. I would consider him definitely like an acquaintance, like very friendly with each other. Like me and Dwayne, what's up? After Japan happened, found myself in a hole, rightfully so, extremely low mentally. And I got a call from my publicist. She's like, hey, Dwayne has asked that you remove every picture and video that you've done with him. He basically wants nothing to do with you. I made a grotesque error, but I just wish I would have gotten so if you're down, The Rock is out. The Rock is out on you if you're down. Like, you're done. That's not a guy. You're not in a foxhole with The Rock. If you're in a foxhole with The Rock will stab you and eat your bones and then wait, till he gets rescued or something. According to this guy, So now that looks bad. The Cody Rhodes thing looks bad. That looks bad. There's going to be a ton of people that still just love The Rock. It doesn't matter. It's not going to matter to anybody. But there's a lot of people that the more this stuff, keeps coming up, the more people start to kind of, yeah, great when he comes out and wrestles or for a minute, but there was a perception where a lot of people wanted this guy to be the president at one point. They were like, dude, I would vote for him in a second. I'd vote for him to be president in a second. And still there's a lot of people that might do that. But there's this new aura that the Hollywood, Satanism is almost roaring in the background of him. And it's starting to you didn't see it before. You were like, nah, The Rock is cool, man. I'd vote for him for president. I remember 4 years ago I said this. I was like, 100% Rock runs. I'm voting The Rock, bro. But now there's this cloud that's appearing behind him that's like, oh, wait, there's something shadow self to this guy or something. So I don't know, man. I still like The Rock too. I really do. And I understand from a business standpoint why he has to walk away from certain things and why he does certain things. I still like him. That's how good he is. That's how charismatic The Rock is.
I would love, are you kidding me? If I ever saw The Rock, I'd be like, holy shit, Rock. Like, what, of course I'd mark out. I still love the guy. But it's like right now there's this perception in darkness that I've never seen it before for The Rock. He's always been just like Teflon, just like you can't touch this guy. It's just he's money in everything he does, and he still is. But for a lot of people, a lot of that aura has been a little bit messed up, and that's just another story from Logan Paul, that's gonna brush that away. We had a huge night the other night on the show, guys. If you guys weren't up, it was crazy. Seabass, the Beast. What up?
I'm getting hard. I got 9 inches inside of your wife. $9. I'm shooting my semen to the ceiling. I'm coming, and my balls have turned blue. $9. Suck my dick.
Western Sellers. If Rock is number 2 at TKO, he owns the Click. Yeah, I think he's number 3 or something. But Seabass, I don't know why this didn't play. Why is this not playing? Cena is my hero and the GOAT, but that China thing was a bad look for him. He's done a shit ton to make wishes off camera. The Rock only does shit for his brand. I guess that's true. Cena's done a lot. Yeah, Cena only seemingly does something if it's on video or whatever. I think he even got me because I thought Cena was even faker, but now I'm starting to wonder because Cena doesn't do everything on camera. Cena will do a bunch of stuff, and I thought Cena was the faker one. I got to be honest. I thought Cena was faker than The Rock, but Cena will do a bunch of stuff off camera in private for people and then never tell anybody he even did it, which like Chris Jericho does that stuff too. Chris Jericho will do donations and things for people, and he never tells anybody. People find out, and that's it. I've found out about almost everything Jericho's done. Every time there's a GoFundMe and I look at it to see what it's at, Jericho's in there somewhere. And sometimes he just writes Chris or Chris J, but I know it's him because it's $3,000 or $5,000 or $10,000. But The Rock, every time he does something, it's like a video production of it. Hey, The Rock just bought you a truck and a house. Come here. And it's all on video. It's never private. It's always some kind of show, which is not bad either, but it's an interesting take. Seabass the Beast, thank you for the donation, man. I don't know why I didn't read the donation. I don't know if there's a word in there that they censored out or something. I don't know.
New subscriber.
Thank you, Seabass. What up, dude? Jeffrey. Cypher. What up, Jeffrey? Cena gonna be in a dress in his next movie. Yeah, dude, what is this Cena movie that's coming out? What the hell is this, bro? By the way, if you guys missed the show the other night, it was crazy. And I go back and watch Monetize This it was like an old Monetize This. And even the Friday before that was crazy too. So shout out to everybody who stopped by the other day. Yeah, Cena's going to be in a dress, and it's kind of bizarre. It's he's dressed like trans Britney Spears. You know what I mean? I'm getting all these messages and posts about people, and they're worried about what's going to happen at WrestleMania. I don't know why we're going there. I don't know why people are going to that extreme of, oh my God, WWE better do something. There's people threatening and stuff like that. What are you talking about? I don't see that. I don't know why it would ever go to that point. That seems ridiculously stupid. I mean, listen, nobody did anything during some of the other craziest times in WWE history. Why would there ever be a worry during this? The fact that that's even coming up and people are DMing me about it. Lots of different people. And they're like, have you seen the threats? It's like, what? People are going to be like, threats? Like, I mean, over this? I mean, I think we want Cody is enough. I think hashtag we want Cody is enough, or like we don't want The Rock, or we want The Rock, or whatever your side is, whatever your take is on WrestleMania. It doesn't matter because Cody already looks terrible. Cody looks like a moron. Is there really any other way to get around? Like, he looks like an asshole idiot, like a cuck. He looks like Will Smith. Cody Rhodes looks like Will Smith. Yeah, she cheats on me and talks down to me and calls me an idiot, but I'm going to just pretend to be with her. That's like what that's what Cody Rhodes reminds me of right now. He goes out there like, yeah, I just doesn't make any sense and I look like a shithead, but here you go, Rock, I don't know, like that. Like that's what it's like. And nobody likes a guy like that who doesn't stand up for himself at some point. No one's going to respect that. Western Sellers says, yes, sir, number 3 after Ari and Shapiro. Oh, that's right. So there's Ari, Shapiro, yeah, so, I mean, The Rock seems to be in a better position. I said this the other day, obviously. But, yeah, he's in a better position than Triple H. And so, Triple H can have all these plans, and suddenly The Rock can just go to the board. Who's gonna move The Rock's sister ever? Is that ever? You think that would ever happen? I mean, maybe Shawn Michaels would, because Shawn Michaels is like, I don't give a damn. What, are you gonna fire me? Go ahead. I'll just go home. I'm rich. I guess. Although Shawn never seems to want to be home, but what's gonna happen if they decide eventually, like, you know what, you're not really good for the GM role. What are they going to do? Who's going to be like, oh, you're fired? They're not. Who's going to do that? When's it going to happen? Or are they going to have to like coerce her into like, oh, we're going to make you a manager now. And then like Booker is a manager who's always like, what, in the background of a team or a group or something, and just kind of hide her there. And then at some point, is The Rock going to come in and be like, so, why is she always a manager? When are you going to, probably should start doing something with her that's like, more. And, I mean, is somebody going to have a conversation at some point and say like, hey, man, and I'm not saying that she's good, bad, or terrible, or awesome, or amazing, or whatever. I don't know. I don't even really know. But, like, let's say she's terrible. Is someone going to be like, listen, Rock, I don't think she would have never made it back in the day. And I'll be honest, she's here because of the potential. And that's a nice way to put it. Is The Rock going to be like, oh, yeah? The people said that about me, and is he going to push the envelope and then try to, or is he going to be like, okay, well, I'll talk to her. And then The Rock goes and talks to someone and says, hey, whatever. And then all of a sudden you're working in the corporate office, or is she going to become an announcer, or is she still going to keep trying to be a wrestler? Is someone going to try to get rid of her? Like, and then what's the Rock? Like, how is that ever going to happen? Do you know what I mean? Like, how is that ever going to happen? Let's say she's terrible. Now, let's say she's good. Maybe she's not doing the thing that everybody thinks she should be doing. You don't think The Rock is not going to step in? I mean, like, this is his family and business, and we know everything that matters to him. And I think his daughter seems nice. Like, I don't know what she's going to be able to do yet. She's still got that young face and young everything. I remember when The Rock first came in, man, he was very cheesy looking. Like, everybody remembers that. He came in like the blue chipper, and he looked like, and he just seemed lame, at first. He just did, because he just looked, and something about the youngness of The Rock, he looked different. But once he just got even about a year or 2 years older from the Rocky Maivia start, when he got a little bit older, he started looking a little bit more manly and a little bit more serious. And then, of course, when he was able to say what he wanted on the mic, I mean, then that was it. The guy was fully
I've been
talented.
going to wrestling shows for over 30 years.
Will that happen to his daughter? I don't know.
Have I ever felt
and I don't know.
Last Sunday that my security, my safety, my life was in danger at a wrestling show.
The Tunnel Diggers and The Rock are running WWE. They're more corporate than Vince ever was. I would rather fuck an actual Rock than The Rock's ugly-ass daughter.
Oh, that's what you said yesterday, Seabass. Oh, my God, that's terrible. Jeffrey, thanks for subbing to the channel. Seabass, the Beast, has donated. I think she kind of looks... I think The Rock's daughter's pretty. The Rock's daughter is... She's just beginning, you know what I mean? She isn't... I don't know what's going to happen with her. She kind of has that Stephanie McMahon vibe going on right now, but she's even... I think she's younger than Stephanie was. I think, like, pretty... Like a lot younger. Like 3 years, or maybe I'm wrong, but I think she's like 3 years younger than when we first saw Stephanie on TV. I could be wrong. Let me know if I am. I'm sure if somebody knows, they'll tell me. Seabass the Beast, thank you for the donations, man. The Rock is the new Triple H of burials. Once he started using roids, Rob Steffler. The Rock now has a golden shovel. Chris Dominguez. Yeah, I mean, I would be careful with The Rock. Everybody there should be, concerned. Like, Triple H can have, like I said this last night and the night before, it's like Triple H can have ideas for people. Everybody can have ideas for people. And then The Rock, if he comes in and goes, no, we're going to do this. That's it. He can just shut it down or change the ideas or, kind of do whatever he wants to do. Where was it? Yeah. But, yeah, the Logan Paul stuff was, what a sad clip. One more time, a little bit of this Logan Paul clip. And Logan Paul is tweeting out about, Logan Paul is tweeting out about he supports Cody. And I guess he just did this podcast where he is like, I haven't talked to The Rock and since he basically stopped talking to me because of the Suicide Forest thing. I like how he never says Suicide Forest. Like, he refuses to say Suicide Forest, though, Logan Paul. Instead, he just says the Japan thing or Japan. He goes, like, ever since Japan. But he doesn't say, like, Suicide Forest. I think it's funny. But, I mean, I wouldn't either.
I loved Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Mm-hmm. Love it.
I was scared to meet him. Great guy in real life. Sweetheart. Gave me the time of day, had a nice conversation. It was awesome. Made like 3 or 4 videos on separate occasions that all went like crazy viral. I would consider him like definitely like an acquaintance, like very friendly with each other. Like me and Dwayne, what's up? After Japan happened,
he dadded the hell out of you though.
Found myself in a hole, rightfully so, extremely low mentally. And I got a call from my publicist. She's like, hey, Dwayne has asked that you remove every picture and video that you've done with him. He basically wants nothing to do with you. I made a grotesque error, but I just wish I would have gotten like a call or a text or something. I thought we had a healthy relationship, an open line of communication, and I was so sad. My hero wanted nothing to do with me. I vowed to get better. I vowed to change whatever time passed.
And now I'm going to face him at WrestleMania 41.
Imagine that. Logan Paul versus The Rock.
I start doing well.
Did you reach out again?
I did not reach out. He did 3 months ago. Like nothing ever happened.
And he didn't acknowledge that there was ever any...
Mm-mm.
And what did you do? Did you reply?
Mm-mm.
You're basically saying, if I wasn't good enough in my dark times, am I good enough now for you?
Aw. So sad. God damn, is that sad? Does that not make your privates ruffle? Come on. Oh, man. Rock and Logan Paul. What could have been? I mean, now Logan Paul is sharing the support for Cody. What if The Rock wants Logan Paul gone because he disrespected him? In the chat, guys, what did you think? NXT Vengeance tonight. Give me your rating. And Cody was attacked by Nakamura. So we're going to get a match tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw with Nakamura and Cody. That's gonna happen. Earlier tonight, I was watching flashbacks of old Monetize This Is, just trying to, reminisce about some old Monetize This episodes. I was looking for a couple, specific things, actually. But also that Rock and Logan Paul thing, it reminds me of what, has happened to me before. I've done a show, and then somebody was like, hey, I checked out your show, and, yeah, please have nothing to do with me anymore. Like Terry Reynolds, Gold Dust's old lady, Terry Reynolds, Marlena, WWE. You guys know, like, she was like a mom or something, like, and like, she was all like, she came on the show, we had a great time with her, and, then she reached out to me like, oh, I feel like we had this big connection, and I really like talking with you, and they'd been trying to get me, like, with these different podcasters for a while, and I didn't like anybody, and I like you, and we had this great conversation, and then we did a podcast together that was really well. You know, it went really well, and we really liked everything. But you know, then she saw, we were doing Monetize This or something like that same week. So a couple days later, we did Monetize This, and Monetize This at the time, Monetize This was on Friday nights. It was every Friday night. Now it's every Saturday night. Monetize This is always Saturday nights now. But at one point, Monetize This was Wednesdays, then it moved to Fridays, and for like 300 episodes, it was Fridays. But now it's Saturdays. But anyway, she goes, she's like, "Oh, I saw that other thing you did," and at the time we had 800 to 1,000 people watching, maybe at the time or something. It might not have been that many people, but she saw it and she was like, "Wow, it was really like vulgar and crazy and like whatever." I'm like, "Yeah, it's like kind of like Howard Stern type of stuff, And between her and Kurt Bauer, I think it was Kurt Bauer and her and whatever, and she was like, "Yeah, I don't think we can do the show and whatever." And it was like, "What?" I got her in my cell phone. Like, we text on the cell phone. She's really cool. All these things. And I'm like, "What? What do you mean? Like, why not?" And she's like, "I just don't think that it would work because it's such a, I got to do something. I can't do something with a show like that or whatever." And all I can think is, like, aren't you the person who, like, sucked cigars on, like in the slop matches and, like, Vince McMahon's groping everyone, and you got, all these innuendos and all these things and the Attitude Era stuff and Gold Dust, sucking people and whatever else they're doing and all these things. And I'm like, I'm just doing a little, like, podcast here where we're a little raunchy podcast kind of. And all of a sudden, like, you can't be, it's just weird. It was very strange because we had recorded multiple shows and multiple hours. And suddenly, all of a sudden, it was like, "Oh, I don't know who you are really anymore." Okay, it's just very strange. So I get that's happened to me many times, and I'm like, "Bro, if you can't be real and be real with me, I'll remember that forever. Like, I'm not gonna forget like that you're not like you're so better than everybody. I'm not gonna forget when people do that. It's just I hate that. Don't be fake. Unless someone's doing something egregious, then I can see like, hey man, I can't be associated with that. That's crazy. Or you do the next best thing. The next best thing is always just you ignore it and pretend you don't know they're doing that. And then if something ever comes up because of it, you go, "Oh wow, I didn't know that. Oh my God. Well, I won't go. Oh yeah." And you just got to play cowardly. I don't know, but it's better than being like, "You know what? Yeah." It's just like, what are you doing? I never run from friends.
Shit bum.
Myself.
Joe, you going live next week for the Super Bowl? Come on everyone, where the fuck are the donations? Rock was friends with Orange Man before 2016. He grifted away from him.
Yeah, he was really good friends with Trump, and then all of a sudden, everybody didn't like Trump anymore, so The Rock didn't like Trump anymore either. Yes. Although I think he did do a pretty good job of staying out of it, but he definitely distanced himself. He's just a fake. You can't trust somebody who's got such a big business in their name, and everything they do relates to their business. Like, no matter what The Rock does, he's repping his business, which is him. So it's like you can't trust somebody like that because nothing is real whatsoever. Like, if you guys go have a drink somewhere, like, whatever you do, you're having it with a person who's 24/7 is a walking business thing. And, like, if you're with that person and you do anything wrong, like, you're done. So you're never going to get real answers in real situations to me. So, yeah. Yeah, well, it's a Sunday night, the donos. It's a Sunday night. Not everybody knows I'm live. There's still fucking 430 people here, and I went live, like, immediately. So this is impressive amount of people here for this. I mean, I don't think I'll be live for much longer because I'm going to go to bed. But, yeah, I'll be live for the Super Bowl, of course. Was I live last year? I don't even remember. I don't remember. The only Super Bowls I remember being live for are when the Patriots are in the Super Bowl because I'm like, yeah, my team's in the Super Bowl. Remember the Rams, the last Patriots Super Bowl when they played the Rams and I was in my basement watching it? That was like torture. Do you remember that? It was like the worst. It was like such a defensive game. It was torture about what was going to happen. For me, especially. The Rams fans must have been just dead because you watched this whole entire game that kind of was sucky and no scoring, and you're just on the edge of your seat and you're like, oh my God, what's going to happen? And then in the end, you lose. Like, it was the worst game to lose, I feel like. You could lose a lot of games. You could lose 24-20, 24-17, 40-38, whatever. But, like, to lose a game that's just like the whole game is just no scoring and it's terrible, and then it's going on and on and on, and then you just, in the last 5 minutes or whatever it was, you just lose, finally. That game must have been torturous for Rams fans. You know, because I know if the Patriots had lost, I would have been like, wow. Like, I feel 10 times worse than a normal loss. I guess the Giants' loss was worse. The Giants' loss was bad. You know, that was obviously, that sucked. You do all that all season, and then you lose. I mean, and then to play them again and then lose again to them. It was like, wow. You got to give it up to the Giants, though, man. You know, the one team that could definitively take out the Patriots was the Giants. You know, you got to give it to them. The only team that could stop them. I mean, I know Philly beat us once, but we beat Philly, so it's like they didn't really cement anything there. But, like, the Giants did.
You raised a piece of shit!
My brother called me cringe for ranting about The Rock and Cody situation, lol. Also, the fans didn't boo The Rock after lying about once in a lifetime.
Yeah, El Tapo, thanks for the $4, man. Yeah, you know, I just find it hard to believe that The Rock is going to be booed at any point. Like, people saying The Rock's going to be booed. I can't believe at any point The Rock would be booed. I just don't see that happening.
Shit bum!
Really.
Cody fans whine about everything. I was over Cody 3 months ago. Wish it was him instead of Punk Kurt.
Well, a lot of people were over Cody 3 years ago. You know, I mean, I'm not. I really like Cody, but I like The Rock too. But it doesn't matter. Cody, Rock, that part doesn't matter. Yo, Citizen, thank you for the donation, the Citizen. I appreciate that, Citizen. It's not about Cody and The Rock. It's about the story that I've been, and I'm not trying to say story like that stupid catchphrase of finish the story, but I mean the story that they've been telling with Cody Rhodes for like 2 years now. I don't mind waiting. I don't mind waiting till SummerSlam. I don't mind waiting till next WrestleMania. I don't mind if they make Cody wait and they do whatever. What I do mind is, you know, going through all this to then have the guy win the Rumble and then point at Roman and then get all crazy and then, oh, sorry, Cody, you're going to go relinquish the Rumble spot. And someone said the other day that maybe Punk was supposed to win the Rumble and he didn't because he got hurt. And I wonder if that's true. I'm starting to wonder if that's true because it would make sense. The only thing that doesn't make sense is then what would have Cody done? That doesn't make sense. But what would make sense is if CM Punk had won the Rumble and he would have then faced Seth and Cody was potentially facing Roman or doing something else and Cody didn't know. But since Punk got injured in the Rumble, he was like, bro, I'm going to be out. I am fucked. I ripped my arm, my whatever. I know I'm done. Like, I'm massively injured. And then the referees relayed to them, have Cody go over. Have Cody. Cody wins. Cody wins. And they yelled at them like to change it. Change it. Cody wins. You know. And so then they throw out CM Punk, and Cody wins the Rumble. And Cody just, you know, he knows he's not facing Seth. He knows it's going to be CM Punk and Seth potentially, and that was the plan. So he's not going to point at Seth. So he goes, I'm going to point at Roman. And I'll point at the sign, and I'll do that whole thing and just sell that. But then they were like, oh, yeah, well, Cody, I mean, like, he's hurt. He's going to be out he's not going to be facing Seth. So that's not going to even happen. So, and, you know, we actually want The Rock to face Roman for sure. We're going to do that. So now we need you to go out and kind of like bow out of that. You know, I don't know. that almost makes more sense. Like, it makes less sense that they either didn't know what they were doing or that they did know what they were doing. But that would make more sense because then they were in a pinch to come up with something, and then they had to like reset everything in a way. So that would make sense. But But then what would Cody even be doing? So I don't know. But I think that. I think that they did have Cody winning. But it would, it's hard to say. There's all these scenarios that could go on. It's like, I don't know. But yo, Citizen, thank you for the $5, man.
The Citizen.
I don't know why I just did that. What's up, Citizen? This is what my mom sounds like. I'm sorry.
Super chat party.
The Gold Standard. Yo, Gold Standard, thank you for the $9.01. That's a strange amount there, bro. Gold Standard, you are a beast. Thank you, Gold Standard. They booed Ava and booed WrestleMania graphics, says Garrett MC. Oh, really? Damn, bro. That's crazy. Eagles shit all over the Pats like Vince did. Yeah, well, guess what? Then the Eagles fans literally ate shit in the streets. So, let's take it easy on the Philly. Hopefully Philly leaves the arena before the main event. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Remember when people said that they would do that with The Rock and Brock? That everybody should walk out? I think some people did leave, but they just booed a lot and stuff like that. Nothing really, Remember The Rock and Brock? That was the one, right, where they said people are going to leave or walk out or whatever. And that didn't necessarily happen the way you thought it would. So, if you guys want to donate, the link is pinned to the top of the stream. Streamlabs, it's pinned up top. You should see it in the blue. And, of course, you can super chat as well. And if you want the donation amounts, they're listed in the description box down below. And I do want to thank everybody who signed back up on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show to become a patron. Really appreciate that. We'll have the patron producers list coming out this week. This weird cringy moment with me and Leah. Like, tell me, thumbs up. Let me tell you something. Wait, you want to tell me something? What? Tell me over here. Wait, I'll kiss you. What? Oh, okay. What? What? Kiss? What? You want to tell? What's talk? Huh? What? I don't know what's going on here. Let's bring in on an NXT Vengeance night, but also on a night where Logan Paul exposing The Rock. Let's bring in a man who knows about rocks. Let's talk about Mustafa. What's up, Mustafa?
I kick rocks.
What?
I kick rocks.
Yeah. Is that... Oh, my God.
I was just being random. Honestly,
yeah,
honestly,
sure
God,
were,
after hearing about FIFA...
Kick rocks
means...
what's
up?
Well, kick rocks means, to leave or run away. So you called yourself a coward or like a person who should get out of the way. That was just weird. That's why I'm laughing.
Well, here's the thing. I'm lazy. If I don't have a soccer ball in my hand or whatever like that, then I'll just kick a rock.
Okay,
I'll just take my ball and go somewhere else.
I get it now. Like, you mean it like to when you're bored, you kick rocks around.
Pretty much, or get my rocks off. Either way.
Wow,
Try to figure that out.
We are entering nerdy levels almost. Like always.
Not
nerdy.
even close. I'm like maybe 2 miles away from there, so it's not that close at all.
We're getting there.
But no. Well, the reason why is because, again, we got FIFA coming to Jersey in 2 years, so I'm happy about that. Can't wait. Don't know which matches are going to be, preliminary or like what's going to actually, happen, but it's going to be interesting to see, all eyes on, the Garden State. Thank God.
Right.
But, yeah, NXT was tonight. God, I feel so bad for Ava in so many ways.
What, because of the
horrible.
crowd or because of what happened, or?
Not just because of what happened, but she's just been getting so much crap. And in some ways, from a creative standpoint, rightfully so, she's just trying to find her way. But again, she's no different from her father. He had to find his way, and he eventually did. So it's just going to be only a matter of time of, for the fans actually whether they're going to accept her or not. And I pray to God that it's not because she's a woman, and it's just like there's almost like this battle of the sexes lately, with, people like, I don't know, like Nia Jax and people like that. But the thing is, with Nia Jax, she's, in my opinion, not that convincing or talented in any ways. Ava just started not too long ago, so we're not really used to what she's really willing to offer. And again, she's in the GM role, which, is fine. But as far as, what's going to break her out to be over with the crowd remains to be seen.
Yeah, I'm not too impressed with what I see. I watch them and I just think I don't care about this that much. That's what I see when I look at, I don't know, when I watched NXT Vengeance tonight. I didn't find myself, even the Gacy and Dijak stuff, it's like that was the thing I probably watched the most, was them fighting in the backstage and all this stuff. So I was looking forward to it, and it just kind of felt, now tell me if I'm wrong, maybe I just wasn't paying enough attention, because I know I wasn't, but it just kind of felt like a run-of-the-mill match. Like, I felt like I was watching NXT. Like, I didn't feel like I was watching a pay-per-view with them, or whatever you want to call it, a special event or whatever. Did you like the Gacy match?
Thought it was okay. There were other matches that I thought were better, but it was, it was passable. I was able to watch it without turning anything off or going to the other room and doing something else. So kept my attention. But I don't know. It's just like with NXT, when it comes to the bigger shows like the PLEs or, pay-per-views, whatever you want to call them, they've literally been, I don't know, they just like lack a little bit of enthusiasm for me lately. I don't know if it's because it's just like, after like the year came out and, 2023 was a really major turnaround for WWE. For NXT, it's almost as if I'd rather watch what's going on NXT television as far as not a PLE, which is more interesting to me than watching the bigger shows. Everybody would be expecting to watch TakeOver and just be like, oh my God, this is the greatest wrestling on the planet. And now it's just kind of like, it's just kind of like taking like the opposite term, where it's like, yeah, you can have the bigger matches, but they don't feel like a big match feel.
Yeah. I didn't find these to be too big a match. Looked like Dijak landed on his head at the end part too.
Oh, dude, that was gnarly. That was so bad. Ooh.
Yeah, it looked rough. He got caned after that, or kendo sticked, or whatever. It was all right, but again, it was just all right. I'm glad they were in the big arena. I just, nothing stood out to me that much tonight from what I saw. It was all right, and luckily it's on Peacock, because that's why I'm not like angry. But if I paid for if this was like a $50, $60 AEW order or something, I would have been, I'd be furious. I would have been like, I'm never watching this stuff again. But that's why, it's $9. I'm already on Peacock anyway, so it's not a big deal. It's just like, you lost some time. You'd be upset about that. But
hey, Bullfrog is a moron.
Scissor me, Joe!
Good morning, gentlemen.
Hello.
How are you today?
Good morning.
The Rock versus Roman Reigns is best for business according to the general consensus and stock market.
Right.
I hope and pray Spooky Kooky Monkey Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair don't make the card. Absolute waste of time. Die AJ.
Oh. Die AJ. What the hell?
I've heard words.
No, man, I gotta have Jade. I gotta have Jade at WrestleMania.
Hey, Bullfrog is a
I hope she opens WrestleMania.
Scissor me, Joe!
I love Jade. Oh my God.
Joe, mark my words, Rock will get booed at Mania if it's still Rock versus Roman.
Wow.
Remember the last time him and Roman were in Philly together? The casuals will cheer Rock no matter what, but Philly is a smart town. Cody is a bigger cuck than Wilma Smith.
Oh, man. I mean, that's the problem with Cody, man, is he looks bad. That's the whole problem with all of this. You can do this, but Cody looks like a shithead. It's pathetic, bro. Him hugging The Rock, and he's like,
shit bum.
It looks so stupid.
Is WWE trying to pull a Daniel Bryan on us with Cody?
Maybe.
I feel this time, it could indeed be a work. It can't pull works on fans, but WWE always has been good at it. Rock versus Roman night one. Cody gets winner.
Yeah, maybe Goon. The Goon. By the way, I just saw the Goon from Monetize This like 140 or whatever. Good Lord. Talk about the donations we used to get back then. The Goon, thanks for becoming a $5 shit bum.
And yeah, I mean, again, we're talking about if it's going to be a work. Well, it's not done smartly in terms of, well, why would Cody do this or say this before, the promo or before, he came on SmackDown? I mean, there's just so many questions that people have. It's literally creating so much unwanted anxiety, like to the point where literally people that I haven't even spoken to in like years, they used to watch wrestling. You're like, dude, like I heard Dusty's kid is getting like, canned and this like that by The Rock. And I was like, well, yeah. I have no words for this.
Yeah, it's actually generated bizarre interest, to be honest. I've heard from so many people
reporting on this out of all people. Like, what the hell?
Well, I don't make a big a deal out of it. Everyone's saying that, the TMZ thing. They're like, even TMZ's talking about it. I'm like, well, TMZ will talk about anything. Like someone takes a dump on a Hollywood star, like they'll talk about it. So I don't really get the TMZ
they already
thing.
did that.
Yeah, I mean, and it's TMZ Sports. They're desperate. TMZ Sports, they'll be announcing the closure of that at some point. But you're right. It is getting traction everywhere. I've been getting hit up by people I haven't talked to in a while, or seen from, or heard from in a while as well. So I definitely agree with what you're saying, and that's definitely happening. I mean, we have a person potentially coming back to this show for a surprise before WrestleMania, or maybe during WrestleMania. It'll be a big name coming back to the show. You guys will be pretty excited about that. I think Logan Paul trying to be smart with supporting Cody about legal troubles. Well, but also Logan Paul is bitter with The Rock because of this.
I was scared to meet him. Great guy in real life. Sweetheart. Gave me the time of day, had a nice conversation. It was awesome. Made like 3 or 4 videos on separate occasions that all went like crazy viral. I would consider him like definitely like an acquaintance, like very friendly with each other. Like me and Dwayne, what's up? After Japan happened, found myself in a hole, rightfully so. Extremely
like how he had to do the slap sound himself.
Low mentally. And I got a call from my publicist. She's like, hey, Dwayne has asked that you remove every picture and video that you've done with him. He basically wants nothing to do with you. I made a grotesque error, but I just wish I would have gotten like a call or a text or something. I thought we had a healthy relationship, an open line of communication, and I was so sad. My hero wanted nothing to do with me. I vowed to get better. I vowed to change. Whatever time passed, I start doing well.
Did you reach out again?
I did not reach out. He did 3 months ago. Like nothing ever happened.
And he didn't acknowledge that there was ever any.
Mm-mm.
And what did you do? Did you reply?
Mm-mm.
You're basically saying, if I wasn't good enough in my dark times, am I good enough now for you?
Wow. So
pretty much just ghosted him. Wow.
Yeah, Logan Paul throwing The Rock under the bus, and also showing support for Cody Rhodes. And I'll tell you what, bro, if this is some kind of work with everybody involved, this is one of the biggest works and best works I've ever seen to generate weird drama and hype. However, if this is not a work and everybody is just saying whatever, then we are seeing some of the biggest clash of opinions and people on different pages, and some of the first drippings of what the WWE is now starting to look like under a corporate regime and not Vince McMahon.
I mean, I'm just hearing a lot of insecurity issues, and I'm not saying that to be, just to be, pointing the finger at anybody, but it's just like, oh, my hero didn't hit me up when this and that, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I get it.
Well, no, that's not. But again, they were cool, and then he did the Suicide Forest thing, and The Rock said, take all the stuff we've ever done down, and now I'm going to ghost you.
Rightfully so, as he said, which is, I'm agreeing with him. It's just that, I don't know, man. It's like, it's just weird for me, because it's like, if somebody doesn't, hit you up about this or that, and you're expecting it, dude, just move on. Just do your thing.
Well, he did. I think that's exactly what Logan Paul is saying he did. And now The Rock is coming out of nowhere, and all of a sudden now is like, yo, man, what's up? And Logan's like, what the fuck? You like ghosted me forever after you said goodbye, and I let you go, and now you're coming back. And
like Rock had every right to do that in a way, because it's just like he got his hand caught in the cookie jar doing something he shouldn't have been doing in Asia,
right?
And got ridiculed for it, rightfully so, which is probably another reason why I never really cared for Logan Paul from a personal standpoint.
Well,
athletically, I respect him.
Right. No, we've always thought I think they're better now. They're certainly better guys now, I feel like. But yeah, we've always thought the Logan Paul brothers were kind of obnoxious and a bit spoiled and annoying at times, for sure.
It's like a Justin Bieber complex.
But why not?
I mean?
I think The Rock made the problem is, I think if The Rock had said, hey, man, I let time get away from me, with you, and it's about time we talk again. I
That
think
sounds like a song.
I know. I
Like,
just think he feels like, yeah, I think The Rock would have to say something like, sorry that I took this long to get, you know what I mean? Like, I got busy with stuff. You were just a guy who seemed like an internet guy, and you did something crazy, and I didn't want anything to do with it. I don't know. It's just, I understand both sides. I guess, but 6 years or whatever it's been, 7 years, 6 years, whatever the amount of time, it's been a long time. So suddenly, only now are you getting back to him because he's in the WWE, and now you are kind of his boss. Like, The Rock is kind of get rid of Logan Paul.
It's insane. It's insane. The Rock is everybody's boss. I don't think anybody saw this coming.
Right. It's not that he's directly everyone's boss, because it's not that role, and he's not that. But but he is, because if he went, hey, get rid of this guy, they're gone.
He's an executive, and he has stroke because, again, A, he's a former wrestler. B, he's successful in Hollywood, even though that he's had a couple movies that were tanked, and also he's got all these brands that he's practically trying to, get out there and be his own businessman and be the best family man. All of that holds weight. And every time when he does a conversation or speaks with somebody, the wind really goes his way. I mean, he really learned that from Vince in a lot of ways, because Vince is, for all intents and purposes, for all the positives that he's actually, shown, Vince is one of the craziest and most ingenious businessmen in terms of how to persuade somebody into doing something that he needs done. He did that with Rock. He did that with his father. I'm pretty sure he did that with his grandfather, or at least his.
What else did he learn from Vince? But that's the crazy thing about The Rock, is The Rock has it all. He's got charisma. Yeah. He's got the salesman. He's got the businessman, and he's got the politician. Like, The Rock has all of those things in one.
And he's got to get the gab.
Right. It's like the guy comes in smiling, but whatever. But the second you don't work for him, like it doesn't work for him in business-wise, or it's a detriment, you're gone.
Done.
Yeah, and the problem is he's a walking, talking business, product, and more. He's not just a human being. He can't be. So that's what's crazy about The Rock. That's why, so as much as I've been saying I don't like people that do that and that would throw you under the bus and leave you, then there's also a part of you that has to admit that The Rock has no choice but to be that way. So maybe Logan Paul should realize, yeah, this guy isn't really a human like I am. He's a whole different beast. He's a businessman. He's a product. He's everything.
And mind you, Dwayne's got more money than Logan Paul does in his very short time being on this earth. Like, Rock's net worth at this point, I think it's like over 800 million. Within like the next year or two, he'll definitely hit over $1 billion.
They're pretty close though, aren't they?
Double check on Google.
Okay, all right. Logan Paul's net worth is 150 million. So, yeah, The Rock is going to be worth a lot more than that. 800 million. So The Rock is worth like 7 times more than Logan Paul, or maybe 6 times. 6 times more Logan Paul. Is that what that is? Maybe. I think. Yeah, 1, 3, 6. Yeah, about 5.5. So 6. We'll say 6 times. Yeah, 6 times worth. So The Rock is worth a lot more. So he's got a lot more to lose. I don't know what's going to come of this stuff, but going forward, what we're starting to see now, ever since The Rock has now took over as a big chair, 30 million shares, all these things.
Got his trademark.
They're the trademark and all these other influential things now The Rock has. You are now, like, going forward, we're going into now conspiracy land forever at this point. Does The Rock not like somebody? Did he push the button on this guy? There's going to be all of that now in the background about news, about everything. And there's already the other way where people believe that, The Rock's daughter is employed because she's The Rock's daughter, and The Rock's daughter's the GM of NXT because, she's terrible at everything, but they had to do something, so they made her the GM. So there's already that perception now. The Rock's daughter now has it worse than anyone ever in the history. Like, you talk about Randy Orton, you talk about Charlotte Flair, and you talk about all the hurdles and mountains that those kids of famous wrestlers had to go through. And you knew The Rock's daughter was going to have a lot of trouble because The Rock is one of the biggest ever. But now it's even way worse, because now you've already kind of been subpar a little bit, and now The Rock owns a piece of the company right as you become the GM. She is in for hell.
The other thing is, and you're also missing this, there's other Samoans that are not even in the WWE yet that are being heavily considered coming in. And this is no disrespect to The Rock, but in a way, this is going to almost be like a contradictory of almost like interest for a lot of the, Samoans coming in, which, by the way, I love all of them. They're fantastic athletes. Matter of fact, even better athletes than most that are on the roster by far. But again, it's almost as if it's going to be, I don't know. I don't want to use prejudice. I don't want to use almost like a certain sense of biasness, but I feel like there's going to be almost like a sense that there's going to be almost a biasness towards, again, the power, as well as the influence. Plus also and again, throwing it out there, but if allegedly is what's being reported that The Rock definitely had a hand in making himself and putting himself in the position to replace Cody for the main event, what makes you think that he wouldn't be able to do this for something else, not necessarily for himself, but for somebody else, despite what Triple H does as a creative?
This is what I said the other day, which is dangerous. You have to realize, everybody has to realize this. The Rock, I just said it a minute ago, The Rock is a politician. The Rock is a former wrestler and a wrestler. The Rock is a salesman, and The Rock is his own product. So if you're sitting there after buying into this company as one of the biggest owners and the most important pieces, and now you're essentially kind of above Triple H, the guy who was set to take over the company potentially, you're now above that guy, and you're in the board meeting, and they're going like, man, we're so lucky to have you, Rock. And you're like, this is all you, man. And yeah, Triple H is like the coach over there, but you are like the owner. We're going to have you really we want to know what you have to say. And then The Rock, what is The Rock going to do? The Rock is going to pitch his product. And what's his product? It's him. So The Rock is going to pitch himself. And what do you want to do with your product? You want your product to be number one. So you're going to pitch your product to be number one, which is The Rock. So The Rock is going to pitch The Rock to be number one, because why the fuck would you want to be anything else but that if you're your product and you're a salesman, politician, and owner, and athlete, and wrestler, and egomaniac? So all of those things, dude, of course he pitched that he wants to be the world champion. That's the rumor. I believe it, because what else would you do?
And here's the other problem too, and two things, and I brought this up before. One is, and I brought up the fact when Rock first came into the company, he doesn't really share this on Young Rock, but Bret Hart wrote in his book, when he came in, particularly Shawn.
Yep.
I mean, Triple H maybe to a smaller extent, like later on when they were, jousting on the microphone and Triple H would take liberties, and Bruce Pritchard actually even brought this up where Rock complained that, Triple H was taking liberties with him, and then it's like, basically winked at Rock and said, Rock, we're live. If you can take the ass chewing from Vince for going off script, you can say whatever the hell you want. You have a live microphone.
Right. And
same thing with Shawn, but Shawn was kind of already out of the picture anyway, because about a year later, he got the back injury and he was gone. Would even wrestle Rock in a lot of ways. So in a sense, I get almost like this, and even Triple H brought up in an interview years ago where it's just like, there's always been that competitiveness, but we always had a respect, where it's just like, he's jealous that Rock's waking up at 3:45 a.m. and going, he's working out, getting all these gains. And it's like, all right, MFer, I'm going to try to outdo you. But, and somebody, I can't remember who said this. I think it was Eric Bischoff. He said, as great as Triple H was, he wasn't The Rock. He wasn't Austin, because those are megastars. Triple H is just a superstar. Shawn Michaels, as popular and as influential as he was, and even Jeff Jarrett called him the Michael Jordan of professional wrestling,
right,
wasn't as big and never made the money that Rock, Austin, Hogan, even Cena made.
Yeah, and I love Shawn's my favorite, man. I'm telling you, but like you're right. He just didn't quite cross over into that megastar thing. But he was one of the things that I would certainly buy a pay-per-view for him, just for him myself.
Right, and he was the most loyal out of Shawn, out of everybody else that's been there. Triple H was the most loyal, despite the fact that he married Stephanie, which is, again, that's just a add-on. He would have went down with the ship if WWE went out of business. would have absolutely did that.
And luckily for Triple H, I think Triple H has always been pretty cool with The Rock for the most part. Although I don't think they were best friends ever, but they were always very respectful. I feel like, but not Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels, I believe, and I don't know this to be true 100%, but I believe I've heard that they did weird shit to The Rock and undermined The Rock. Maybe even said a couple N-bombs to The Rock back in the day. And so.
I mean, I've never heard it, but I'm not saying it's not possible.
I'm not saying it. I just heard it from podcasts and random people said things, and there were different things that Shawn, back then, and I don't think Rock was made to be very welcome at that point back then. So the fact that The Rock
not at all. I mean, there's even other reports with people trying to deliberately challenge him and try to bury him behind the scenes, but again, cream rises to the top. So. Yeah,
they couldn't stop it. I mean, Shawn already lost control in his own thing because, Stone Cold had already taken over at that point anyway, so Shawn was probably more worried about that, and then he was gone. And we know Shawn was a mess back then. We know he's different now and whatever else. But should he be worried? I don't know. He's down in NXT. I'm sure The Rock doesn't want to go down and run NXT, but I'm sure if there were some things being done that The Rock was like, well, what the hell is this? Would The Rock not call? Or maybe The Rock don't care unless it's him, since he only cares about him and his brand. And, I don't really care about all these other people. But right now, people are making that perception. Nia Jax, Rock's daughter, I'm not saying it's fair. It's not fair to them and whatever else. But my God, bro, this company has shifted completely from being all the McMahons and who they like and what Triple H likes to do in his vision into, okay, yeah, Triple H is still kind of running it, but The Rock is in here with all his family coming in, and it's The Rock show right now. And then now The Rock is in, and honestly, pretend The Rock didn't own anything. The Rock didn't own nothing. He didn't buy into anything. He was just coming for WrestleMania. I mean, yeah. And everybody can answer this question. Could you not see Vince McMahon putting The Rock in the main event against Roman? Of course you could see it. And could you not see even Triple H doing it?
And again, Triple H took over the book officially in the summer of 2022. Yeah. It was only just a few weeks ago where Rock came in and they did the Netflix thing, and the allegations resurfaced literally a few days after the announcement. So everything has just been so convoluted for the past while. And again, I was not expecting this at the beginning of my year. I'll tell you that as a fan. But I get the sense that even from a financial position, creatively, we're kind of going back where we started when Vince was around. Even before he came back the second time around. It's like we have all these potential stars that can become superstars, and very few of them can become megastars. But the issue is you're constantly relying on, and again, I keep saying this, but when you rely on the part-timer to give clout, and you're taking away from the potential megastars, this is another reason why we were complaining of why can't we have a WrestleMania just featuring the talent that we have and those that deserve to be on the card. And we got that technically last year, and even more so technically, despite the fact we had Austin come back for the year prior. But still, this is a shift. It is a shift, whether we like it or not. We all have to grin and bear it, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think that the weird thing now is we don't 100% know who's in control of what. Like, that the speculation is going to run wild about, like, what is this? Is this The Rock making a move now? Is this Triple H's idea? Is this Endeavor TKO? Is this a board meeting that they had for creative? And also, is there going to be this just like, Triple H books the show like he always does throughout the year, but every once in a while when there's a big show or when there's a WrestleMania, or is this just because TKO and Endeavor just got together and the McMahon thing just happened, so there's this big microscope on everything, and that they brought The Rock in partially because of that, and he's a consultant in a way about this, and after this WrestleMania, this will kind of go away and we won't have to deal with this. I don't know. But now this could be forever now, where like there's this mystical, dark corporate thing going on that just never fucking existed in WWE. It's so weird. It's like we're watching. It's like TNA, bro. It's like TNA type of structure is going on, or something like that, right? But in a mega company like the WWE, it's so strange.
And it's weird though, because with TKO, I mean, we already kind of knew a few years ago, and because the rumblings were already in the Observer and various other different dirt sheets, where they were basically saying that WWE would potentially sell if Vince found the right buyer and this and that. And I shudder to think that if these allegations weren't even a thing and Vince was still around, I mean, yeah, Triple H wouldn't necessarily be on the book per se, but again, nothing would have practically changed that much unless if Vince had to leave. And again, who would have thought that literally Vince set the groundwork for Reigns, as the champion, or whoever else was down in, in various other, whether it be Raw or SmackDown, whoever the champion, set the groundwork, and then Triple H just basically knocked it out of the park. And by the way, Paul Heyman is one of the other figures, even though he's not necessarily on the executive board, in a way has a lot, or could have a lot of influence going forward.
Yeah, I think especially with upcoming talent and talent and just the creative. Yeah,
him, Michael Hayes, which people don't really talk about him as much, but he's a huge
Michael's still
influence,
there,
despite the fact that he was
Michael Hayes,
Michael P.S.
Michael P.S. Hayes and Bruce Pritchard are the ones that I'd be worried about. If they could be in.
Well, Bruce can leave. Bruce can leave and it'll be fine. Michael Hayes being there, because he's like the Pat Patterson now of the main event parts of the locker room. Like whenever you do a main event, Michael Hayes is really in charge of that match.
And but Bruce can run the whole deal. And I know that Road Dogg's wearing like a million hats, and Road Dogg's like running the live events.
That's why he left the first time and then he came back.
I know. I'd love to talk to Road Dogg actually and ask him, like, what the fuck is going on exactly with you? But he said the other day, I saw something with him, and he basically is, wearing a million hats again. So, like, because it's like all hands on deck utility guy. I got to go to the donations. Let me go to those.
Go ahead.
Super chat party.
Joe, my girlfriend is a big fan of yours, thank God.
Oh, thank God. Usually they're not. Usually girlfriends and wives are like, oh my God, shut that guy up. So Randy Viper, thanks, bro. That's good. That's good to know.
I hope they know that you're married, bro.
Oh, they know. Well, he's married to her. Oh. Well, no, he's not married. They're girlfriend. Look at me and Leah. We can't even coordinate. Are we talking? Are we giving a secret to each other? Are we doing a kiss in this video? We can't figure out.
Bomb.
It's the weirdest video.
How Ava not bite through bottom lip? Was Cully Wabbit.
Yeah. Ava, man. Mr. Pico Boulevard, God knows what he was doing when Ava was out there tonight. He was probably losing his mind. Thank you, Mr. Pico Boulevard. We have some donations to play, so I'm playing the donations. If you guys want to get your donation in right now, now's the time to do it. Super chat or use the Streamlabs link pinned to the top of the stream.
Super chat party.
Adam.
The clip of you and Leah is The Rock being indecisive on when he wants to have the match with Roman at Mania. Wouldn't surprise me if his mind changes.
Yeah, he doesn't know. He doesn't know what to do. Should I do it? I don't know. What are we doing? What? Give me a secret. Tell me a secret? No, I want to kiss you. Oh, you want to kiss me? Tell me a secret. Oh, no. Yeah, okay, I'll tell you a secret. Here it is. Oh, okay. This is so... I don't know what me and Leah are doing here. I'm assuming she's... I remember people were getting her drunk, but this is the weirdest clip.
I've been going to wrestling shows
so
for over
weird.
30 years. Never in all that time have I ever felt, until last Sunday, that my security, my safety, my life was in danger at a wrestling show.
The Rock has been a weird for at least 5 years. Fuck Dwayne. He's a clown.
Yeah,
Explain.
I mean, well, I like The Rock, but yeah, he's a weird dude. I mean, like I said, he's a walking, talking business salesman, and he is also the product. So think about what kind of person that's going to make you. Gerald Armstrong, thank you for the $3. I'm
just curious. What did you mean by weird? I'm like, in what facet?
I think he's talking about like the Oprah stuff and wanting to do the movie stuff. He's just very. I think he's just aggressive. Oh shit! Phone booth.
The new one. I feel like I'm getting rickrolled.
Just like a rickroll, yeah.
Watch one of Ava's 2 televised matches. She might be awful, but she's secretly got a banging ass and gigantic cans. NXT 8/10 tonight.
Wow.
Wow.
8 out of 10 from Jonathan Wood. She does look good. Yeah, I just haven't gotten into her yet fully, but I thought they did. It was.
It's weird for me because it's like she looks so much like her dad. It's just like let's just say, for example, if somebody wanted to get a relationship with them.
Who's her dad? Who's her dad?
Ava's dad is The Rock.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Oh, I thought her name was something else. Oh, yeah, her name is
Simone.
Oh. Okay, so like I guess I didn't realize. I'm used to calling her I'm not used to calling her Ava still. That's what it is.
Yeah.
My bad. But yeah, no, that is one of those like situations where it's like, I can't date you. It's not gonna work. I know who your dad is. In fact, if she ever meets people, she probably has to date non-wrestling fans. And then, honestly, you almost don't want to tell them who your dad is ever. Because once they know, that's all they're going to see. So
yeah.
No, but I
remember that.
She looks, I don't know. It's like that episode of Seinfeld, but yeah, I don't know.
She, it's funny because, that's Rock's first daughter from his first marriage with Dana Garcia. And I remember, it's actually kind of funny. I remember I was watching WrestleMania 20 when it first came out, and he mentioned in the intro was, everybody's going to be at the arena, my wife, my mom, my dad, my daughter. And I was like, oh yeah, that's right. She was born around that time. Again, it's weird because it's like all these, especially all the wrestlers that we kind of grew up watching.
Yeah,
they all had daughters.
It's weird that they're, yeah. What is up with that? But they have some boys, guys. It's weird that the daughter. It's like weird that a lot of these kids were born when we were like watching the product in its heyday. We were like 15, 16, and these people all had kids then, and now they're wrestling. It is very strange to see that. But let me go back to there's more donos, I guess. My bad. Oh, Seabass the Beast is not done donating. He's back again. Seabass,
right
the Beast.
I'm gonna leave this briefcase
I'm starting to feel that he's actually terrorist. He's leaving that briefcase everywhere.
Right?
Son, run, you fat bitch. Run, you fat bitch. Run, you fat bitch.
Watching UFC is the better choice.
Run, you fat bitch.
Yeah.
Run, you fucking fat bitch.
Better run. Seabass.
I'll play this in the club.
I'm a fucking terrorist.
Grind up on me.
Run, you fat bitch.
Taking on all comers.
I love how the big chick has a cigarette. We always forget that, but there she is running with her cigarette.
Oh my God, she's wearing no bra. Oh God.
Rock is the new Vince McMahon, but even Vince was willing to put people over. Rock's ego doesn't even allow him to lose a fight in his movies. What's up, Rastafa?
Thank you, Seabass.
He's like the Williams. What is his name? Fred Williamson. When he did his movies, he never died in a film. He never. Yeah,
it's so weird, man. Like, I don't know, man. I mean, we're really being, a lot of people are being very hard on The Rock. It's more just that, like, the Cody stuff just doesn't make sense. Like, what is going on? The Mad Titan, thanks for subbing to the channel, Mad Titan. How you doing, man? Got a couple more to go.
By the way, Seabass, I'm doing good.
Oh, he loves you. Seabass loves you. He wants to.
Apparently.
He wants to be
shit bomb.
Be in you.
WWE announced Cody versus Shinsuke tomorrow in a bull rope match.
Yeah.
What?
I saw it.
No way Triple H is actually booking this garbage.
I don't know. Nobody wants that. It was like, he's facing Shinsuke again. Like, what are they doing? And he attacked him in the backstage.
You saw the video from Knoxville earlier?
Yeah, in the house show where he attacked him. I was like, oh no, God. What is this?
Back to the mid card.
Now maybe there's something. there could be something that's, there's a reason for it, maybe. But man, I'll tell you what. If he just comes out there, has a match with him, beats him, and then they just cut away, and that was the end of the Cody segment. Yikes! Tomorrow night on Raw, that we're gonna find out a lot tomorrow night on Raw, or we're not gonna find out anything. And if we don't find out anything, that tells us a lot. Because that's
the only way this will really reach the office, and I'm talking about the executives as well as, WWE creative, and this will never happen, but just imagine a whole arena goes to see a show, and Rock or Roman, whoever from the bloodline's a part of whatever, and the entire audience just turns their back and makes not a sound.
Well,
that because two things. One is if you don't make noise, that also reaches the back. And the other thing is when you turn your back. I mean, obviously, the office is going to be like, well, then why did you buy a ticket? Well, that's, somebody's practicing their First Amendment rights, but
we've never seen that. I don't think we've never seen an audience turn. That would be crazy. I find it hard to believe we're in.
I've seen that at a music show. I've seen that at a concert where literally fans turn their back on a band because they said something, whether it be like racist or something really prejudiced, and the entire audience just turned their backs. They made noise, but they basically said "screw you."
I would, if I was WWE, I'd
nobody
be like,
left the concert.
You're breaking
paid
up.
money just to do that, though. So
your phone's shitting itself, man.
My bad. All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I kind of can hear you. It just was weird. It was in and out, but
Sorry about
I think that if they, I just wonder what's going on. Are they messing with us, or not? I don't know. It seems like they are, and Cody looks bad no matter what. I got to get off the air, but Mustafa, man, I'll catch you tomorrow. We'll see what happens on Raw. It's going to be really interesting.
Let me leave you with this one question. Just one more question before we leave. In terms of them trolling us, or the idea of trolling us, why would they though?
That's why I don't think I think they really are doing this. I don't think they are trolling us, but some people think they are. This is a big troll job to drum up stuff, and Vince is in trouble. They're worried about, they want to distract from the Vince thing. So let the fans melt down and then tell the story on delay.
They're doing a poor job if that's the case. But at any rate, let you go catch some Z's.
They'd rather be like,
dreams.
Fans are mad that The Rock is in the Cody and whatever, than Vince McMahon took a shit on her head and I don't know who else could get in trouble. I don't know, but it seems to be.
You can always get in trouble. That's the easy thing to do.
Well, they just want the focus off it, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but I know it doesn't make sense for Cody. I know that.
It just doesn't make sense for Cody or the fans.
Right.
At this point.
Exactly. For the fans and for Cody, it don't make sense, regardless. But I understand The Rock being the biggest name. Rock versus Roman, theoretically, is the biggest thing you can do as far as, the world knows about wrestling. But as far as in WWE for a story that's been building all year, it's arguable about what's the biggest thing. So at the very least, I don't know what's going on. I trust them that they've got some kind of plan with it, but the rumors that we're getting, if anything, WWE should worry about where these rumors are coming from. That The Rock said, "Oh, he won't. We should put me in the main event, right, for sure. And you guys have always wanted to do that. I'll do it now. Oh, great, Rock, and I'll win the belt too."
That one line most likely came from a source that is, again, over-exaggerating what's actually happening.
Maybe.
And when you run with that source, it just blows up the internet. So, again, will we actually know everything that went on behind the scenes? Probably not. But the idea that Rock comes in and then all of a sudden this happens out of nowhere, even though that there were seeds planted, everything just pretty much, accelerated the way that it did. Again, it's interesting, but still.
Oh, man. Michael J. Sanchez. Why don't you scissor me, Mustafa? All right, we'll see you tomorrow, Mustafa. Kisses, baby. Peace out. It's scissor me, Michael. All I wanted you to do is scissor me. All I want you to do is scissor me. All I want you to do is scissor me.
Only way I can see this working since Rock wants to win the match at Mania is that if he embraces head of table and becomes final boss heel and put Cody over at SummerSlam.
I agree, man. I think that could be it. If it's a master plan to make Cody look amazing and it's a big thing, Michael, that'd be great. If they're doing something like that, I hope we look foolish, But if they're making us all jump through hoops and trying to drum up this just crazy build, I don't think that's what's happening. But if they were doing that, or they could turn it into that, You know, they could turn it into that and make it seem like they had this master plan like the Daniel Bryan stuff, you know? But I don't know, man. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave the stream up for a little bit. And while I'm away, you guys can just play. You guys can just play. You can do whatever you want. Take over the show. Black screen. Remember black screen? Black screen. You guys just take over the show. We'll see what happens. You do whatever you want. You guys are awesome. We got black screen up. You want to donate? Go ahead. You want to take over the chat? Go ahead. You want to have a blast in the chat? You want to talk about the weather? You can do that too. 73,000 subscribers and 56 and counting and more. And guys, it's all on you guys. Have a great time. I might be in and out of the chat. Play nice, everybody. But what you really got to do is hit that like button. I'm Joe Cronin, and I'll be back randomly. You never know when. But let's get it. Get it.
Duncachino?
Don't mind if I do.
What's my name? Duncachino. It's a whole new game. Duncachino. You want creamy goodness? I'm your friend. Say hello to my chocolate blend.
I smell what The Rock is cooking, I acknowledge Roman Reigns, and I despise the WWE fans because I'm the ultimate fan heel. All hail the bloodline.
Shit bum.
Donating to Black Screen Joe. Sup everyone, I hate JR's broken face.
Hello, my name is Geraint.
Hello, my name is Mathieu.
Hello, my name is Leah.
Hello, my name is Kimberly.
Hello, my name is Joanna.
Hello, my name is Emma.
Hello, my name is Mia.
Hesho, my name is Gwyneth.
Hello, my name is Brian.
New subscriber.
You fucking mark!
shit bum.
I hope the Pope puts his poop in Nia Jax's shoes and then eats muffins in front of Jim Cornette's hippo wife.
Shit bum. Shit bum.
Rostafa, how big is your cack? It's okay, I won't tell anyone. Just tell me in the chat. Please. Baby. Please.
new subscriber.
You fucking mark!
shit bum.
Black screen is the real MVP.